is my favorite. It's probably the heaviest of all of them, but I think it's a topic that we need to talk about. So yeah, it's called Shooting Stars. I like to think that when a star falls from the sky, it hits the ground and bursts into a billion fireflies. I like to think that if a star goes missing, I like to think that when a star falls from the sky, it hits the ground and bursts into a billion fireflies. I like to think that if a star falls from the sky, I would notice that it's missing. That there's no one up there trading my favorite stars for silver and gold, belittling them only to the light that they hold. I hope they're not sold off somewhere to another sky, ripped from their constellation without as much as a goodbye. I really hope that I would notice if a star was missing. I think we'd rather hope when we wake up that every star is still there instead of actually being aware or stopping to say a prayer for the ones that vanished while we're still sleeping. I mean, maybe we don't care because we think shooting stars are rare, otherwise they'd be nothing to wish on, right? Well, there are 1 million stars that fall every day and night, not just while we sleep, but in broad daylight, yet somehow, when we look up at the sky, it still looks the same. Unless it was your star, unless you knew it by name. Unless that star is your daughter or your sister or your friend, then you probably wouldn't notice that they're not here. But to be clear, women don't just disappear, it's a slow evaporation. It begins the very moment you break a child's imagination, when you look her in her bright eyes and say love is something you earn. She'll grow up giving pieces of herself to crooked hearts at every turn. When you tell her, then there's no one there to wipe her tears, or worse, tell her they don't matter. She'll grow up crying in the arms of strangers, feeling no sense of danger because she never had a sense of security. I mean, seriously, when a home is not a home, it creates a deep-seated insecurity that you'll always be alone, so she'll roam. Though she might be in one place, her heart will be searching for a home that feels safe, but she doesn't know what safe is and confuses love for embrace until her no gets ignored and now love is not safe. And as I say this, my heart is literally breaking at the fact that most girls are taken because warmth in their own home is vacant. So they go out to the cold and end up getting sold by a guy who came disguised as someone who provides. And she believed the lie. That's why I hope that shooting stars burst into a billion fireflies, because if one of our little girls falls out the sky, we need to stand in the darkness until something finally sparks and we can find her. We need to chase after the light she left and collect it in jars, because stars don't just vanish, they slowly burn. It's like somehow as they're falling, they have the courage to let us know they're falling, so please read the drawing on the wall, because she doesn't disappear the moment no one can find her. She disappears the moment no one's there to remind her of her worth. When the only version of herself she's allowed to show is perfection. When she had no protection, when we didn't teach her the value of her presence, but instead condensed the essence of her womanhood into being an object of someone's pleasure. When in fact she's a treasure whose value can't be measured by any standard of this world. So to every little girl, you're more precious than a pearl. So don't worry about who doesn't like you, because you're deeply loved by God. And you have nothing to prove to any dude, and you're not in competition with any girl, so you can stop standing in the mirror trying to fix yourself and stand up to every lie that says you're not worth it. I don't care where you came from, you're here for a purpose, and when God looks at you, He isn't scared of all your scars. He says, I will do anything it takes to break every single bar that holds you back from believing you're worthy of love. I won't stop when you run away or deny that I'm real. I won't stop until you're safe again and every part of you is healed, until you can feel again. So remember, when you see a shooting star fall out the sky, don't try to catch it. Don't make a wish, instead try to catch it before it hits the ground. Because I want to hear more stories about stars that are found. Thanks, guys.